Celebrity Rehab Day 12. Today was a solo therapy day. I hate those. uh, I just keep asking myself, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I torturing myself like this? And my therapist today compared like being in this program to like being in chemo, because she used to work in a cancer ward or whatever before she started working there. And she was like, it's like going through chemo for your like mind and soul. Like, this is some hard shit that you're doing. And honestly, felt my body feels it. I have been surprisingly good at like not trying to mask my feelings with weed. I think I smoked yesterday for the first time in like 10 days or something like that. Again, I'm not saying that I'm going to quit weed completely, but I think for right now, I am learning to use other tools to help me get through this, and I use weed when I feel like I've exhausted all of my tools and I still need help. So we're not here to shame me for weed consumption. That's not what this is about. But today we talked about self-compassion and selfishness, and how the word selfish is usually used, especially in the case of women, to like control and silence women. Because I told her that I had felt selfish for something that we were practicing me speaking up about, and she was like, just the fact that you're saying that you feel selfish means that you're not selfish, because believe me, I have worked in this field for 15 years, and the most selfish person you'll ever meet will never consider themselves selfish. Only people that have been taught that in childhood, that it's in order to control them or silence them, will call themselves selfish. And then we were just talking about how like your inner voice and where that comes from. And it's like, yes, a part of your inner voice is your parents and how they would talk to you as a child, but a lot of it is also, studies have shown that it's how you saw your parents talk to themselves is what you internalize as your inner voice as well. And that just made me really think of like, fuck, like my mom was awful to herself, not only to us. I watched her be awful and talk shit and talk down on herself, and she did it to us as well. But like, when you watch your parent, like, let's say they like spill something and they like get mad at themselves, you learn that by example as a child. And so she was just telling me that it's okay if I feel like I'm behind because I didn't learn like self-compassion or to stand up for myself as a child. And that a favorite part of her job is when people do the work and they go through the program, and in the end they're finally able to see all of the magic that she sees them or other people seeing them. And she just said like, I'm so excited for you to get to the end of this and see all like the wonderfulness that is you, that everybody else is able to see that you're not able to. And because you're not able to right now, we will just hold that for you. She always reiterates that you don't have to be hopeful right now. I will be hopeful. We will be hopeful for you and hold the hope for you until you're ready and able to hold it yourself. I don't think I knew that that was something that I needed to hear. And she was talking about getting a picture of myself as like a child, as the youngest I can find, and like either making it my lock screen or printing it out. And just whenever I feel the need to like be mean to myself or criticize myself, to look at that picture and be like, okay, would you say it to her? I would never talk to a child like that. I am so soft and gentle with children because, I mean, obviously I know what it feels like to be a child and not receive any softness at all. And I don't want to ever be the reason that a child feels like they're unlovable or invisible or not worthy. Even now, when I'm interacting with like my younger siblings or my nieces and nephews, rarely do I like even raise my voice at them in an angry manner. I'm actually very good at being able to like take a beat and like calm myself down and talk to them in a way that doesn't make them feel less than. And I would just like to be able to do that with myself. And when we were talking about like, she was asking me how I was as a child, like tell me like what kind of child you were. And I was only able to really say 2 or 3 things, because when I really think about it, I was never a child. Like, yes, I was a child in the sense that I was like young and a child, but my childhood ended at like 9. And after that, I was very much dealing with adult problems, put in an adult role, like parentified to the max. So when people talk about, oh, like, would you say that to your child self? I'm like, I'm so far removed from myself as a child. I don't know that I've ever really seen myself as a child. And for the longest time, it was hard for me to even like look at pictures of myself as a child and like connect that's me. Like, you were a baby once. Like, you actually were a child. Like, I would look at pictures of myself and feel like that's a stranger. I don't know who that is. I don't even really like talking about child me. I don't know. And she was just saying something that Viola Davis was saying in her autobiography when she was talking about herself, how she said that her therapist had to remind her that child her was tough as fuck. Like, she did whatever the fuck she needed to survive. And that's what my therapist was telling me today, that I should be impressed with all of the skills that child me picked up to survive, and thank her for bringing me this far, and tell her that, like, babe, you are tough as nails. You are that girl, and you kept me alive. Woo. Up until this point, and we say thank you, but I do not need those tools to survive anymore. And I was just telling her about how it's still really hard for me to ask for help or ask for what I need, even with the people that are safe people in my life and that are like my friends and my loving community, because I feel like I've just experienced so much grief, loss, heartbreak, and disappointment. And I survived it all up until this point, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm like, I would rather just count on myself and be disappointed by myself than be disappointed by other people, because I can handle being disappointed by myself. I don't know how much more I can handle being disappointed by other people. Like, a lot of the times, and I know it's a fucked up thing to say, but I'm like, if I were to die, I know it would be from heartbreak, not even necessarily romantic. Like, I would just have a heart attack from having my heart like just fucking obliterated so many times in my childhood. I feel like now as an adult, when I'm anxious, I'm so scared every time that it's like, this is gonna be the time I'm gonna have a heart attack this time and die. And it's a really scary way to think, but I don't know how to think any other way after everything that I've been through. So my homework is to practice asking for things that I need Even if I have to talk to myself and practice out loud first before I ask other people, and to take the self-criticism away so we can just work on a basis of having self-compassion. I don't know, it's just so hard to trust people, even the ones that have shown up for me consistently. I feel like most of the time I don't reach out until I feel like I have no other option. Just because, I mean, that was my reality for the longest time, and it's so hard to unlearn decades worth of programming where I'm like, what do you mean I can trust people now? What do you mean I can count on people? I'm just gonna count on myself. And if I disappoint myself, well, my negative self-talk says I'm a disappointment anyways. Whereas if I'm disappointed, and people are gonna disappoint you, that's a part of life, but I just feel like I'm so much more sensitive to it, and I kind of hate how sensitive I am to all of that shit. I just wish I could be normal. I wish minor inconveniences didn't feel life-shattering. Wish I wasn't so sensitive. I wish I didn't feel so behind as an adult. But I can't change the past. I could only work on where I am now. I mean, we can revisit the past and process it, but that's gonna change the now, not the then. So yeah, I'm just gonna practice being non-judgmental and being nicer to myself, because god damn it, I deserve it. I deserve softness, and I deserve having my needs met and being able to reach out, even if I don't fully believe it yet. And that was day 12 of Celebrity Rehab.